everyone, welcome to my channel, Romance Reads with Lily. I'm so excited to share with you my journey through the world of visual novels, where romance, drama, and a bit of magic come together to create the most amazing stories. Today we'll be reading a story about Riley. After a tragic car accident claims her parents, Riley embarks on a journey of healing and self-discovery, guided by her grandmother's love and a promise to her dying father.
We went on a weekend trip to Montauk. We visited the lighthouse and camped at Hither Hills State Park. It's close to the ocean, and you can hear the waves crashing from the campsite. There were many other families, too. The sunrise at the beach was my favorite. I had so much fun. Now we are heading back home. I was singing along and laughing with my mom and dad. We were all so happy.
Did you enjoy the trip, Riley?
Yes, Mom, I had so much fun. We should definitely go there again sometime. Suddenly, a truck hit our car, and it rolled over several times. It felt like everything was happening in slow motion. Then the car finally stopped. My leg and head were hurting, and I had a few more minor injuries. I couldn't comprehend what just happened. Our car was completely shattered. There was blood everywhere. I slowly looked towards my mom. I called out to her, but she wasn't moving. At that moment, I knew she was gone.
I love you, Riley. I don't think I have much time left, so listen to me carefully.
No, Dad, please don't say that. I love you too.
Riley, dear, just remember, no matter what happens, don't give up. Take good care of yourself and always strive to be happy and also achieve your dreams.
I was just shaking my head, unable to accept it. My mom was already dead, and now my dad was dying too. I was only 13. One moment we were all happy together, and the next, my whole world came crashing down.
Can you promise me that?
I was still shaking my head, refusing to accept it.
Please, Riley.
I promise.
We both love you, and we will always be watching over you.
Then he died. I tried to move, but my leg was stuck. I just lay there crying, looking at my parents. I tried to move again, but my leg was still stuck. This just can't be happening. I closed my eyes tightly, hoping it was just a bad dream and I would wake up from it. But when I opened my eyes, I was still stuck in the shattered car. I just stared blankly, wondering why this happened. After a while, darkness took over. I woke up to the sound of beeping machines. I was in the hospital. It took me some time to adjust to the lights. My grandmother was sitting beside me in a chair. I tried to speak, but my throat felt dry and hoarse. My head was hurting.
Here, drink some water.
My grandma handed me a glass of water. I drank it and felt a bit better.
Feeling better?
Yes.
You were unconscious for 2 days. I was so scared. I already lost my son and daughter-in-law.
Everything that happened came rushing back, and I couldn't hold back my tears. I held her and cried.
I'm not going to tell you that everything is going to be fine. You've lost your parents, whom you loved the most. Take your time. You have the right to grieve. We'll get through this one day at a time. I know I can never replace your parents, but I will always be here for you. Do you understand?
I nodded my head, still holding her and crying.
Do you remember your name?
Riley.
Okay, Riley, do you remember what happened before you passed out?
Yes, I was in an accident with my parents. My grandmother came near me and held my hand. The doctor asked me some more questions since I hit my head. He wanted to check if I had a concussion. I answered all the questions. I had a fractured leg. He told me it would take some time to heal. I fell asleep after some time due to the medication. I was discharged the next day and went home with my grandmother. Everywhere in the house there were memories of them. I couldn't take it anymore. I quickly went to my room and shut the door. I sat on the chair looking at the picture on my table and cried. A funeral was held for my parents, and it felt like a final goodbye. I would never see them again. It hurt so much. I revisited that accident in my dreams every night, and I couldn't sleep properly because of it. Every day was the same nightmare, and I woke up drenched in sweat. My grandmother took good care of me. She was a wonderful person and fun to be around. She never stopped me from doing anything. Slowly, things got a bit better. I can't imagine how I would have coped with my parents' death without her. She was the only family I had left, and I was thankful for that every day. I studied hard to keep the promise I made to my dad. I was always good at studies, and I managed to get good grades. We weren't super rich, but we had enough. My parents had saved enough money so I didn't have to worry about my studies or other expenses.